Hello, Toy Collector fans, Universal Toy Collector here, and welcome to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be doing a live stream all about the Haslab. What the Haslab? I've been away for a couple of weeks and I'm ballsing it up already. The Haslab Project. Good God. Yes, hello everybody. Hoping you're all well. My goodness me, I've been out of doing live streams for a couple of weeks, and I seem to be forgetting what I'm saying already. So, but there you go. Let's carry on. Before I get my guests on, let's take a look and see who we've got in the chat. So we've got Epic Badger. Howdy, I love the LAAT as a ship, but $460 is too steep for a ship that is mostly open air on the inside. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. That's why I bought the Micro Galaxy Squadrons LAATs. Yeah, I mean, I think they're great, and I think I wouldn't mind getting those myself, to be honest with you. We've got Hoppy. Hello, sir. How are you? Evening, Stu. Evening, all. We've got Ricardo. Hello, sir. How are you? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. And what's your but? Hello, Stu, and everyone on the guest panel. No, thank you for joining us. We have Jonathan Redman. Evening, all. Evening, Jonathan. Thank you. We've got Tony Z. Hello, evening, Stu. Panel and chat. Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. And see if we've got anybody else. We've got Mr. B. Hello, sir. How are you? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us. Who else? Everybody's saying hello. This is going to be an interesting stream. Can't wait to hear the guys' opinions. Well, look, listen, I know there are a lot of divided opinions about this Haslab, but this isn't going to be a bitch fest, by the way. So we're here to discuss it and whether we like it or whether we don't like it. So yeah, but it's not going to be a bitch fest, let's put it that way. Who else we got? We got Keith Guppy. Hello, sir. How are you? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. Hoping you are keeping well. Who else we got? We've got Simanga Fandanga. Hello, sir. How are you? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. Right, let's get our guests on then. I've just seen that we've got another guest joining us, so awesome stuff. First up, we've got Mr. Dez T. Hello, Dez. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you, Stu? All right.
I'm all right. I'm all right. It's good to be back sat in the chair again. I just wish I'd have got the intro.
Talking about the Haslab.
Yeah. There's lots of Haslabs. We can talk about Haslabs all night. But yeah, cheers for that. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, hoping you're well. So
yeah, good.
Nice to join us. What's Jonathan put? The Snowcat Haslab has dropped 100 Ispaca since this morning. Guess Hasbro didn't learn. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, ridiculous. We'll get onto that as well. We got Shabby. Hello, sir. How are you? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. Let's get our next guest on. It is Delvian Seek. Hello, Delvian. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. At least I finally made it on air more than sort of a few seconds tonight.
Oh, no, bless you. Yeah. I saw that.
Technology befuddles me sometimes.
I'm not saying a word.
Yes, you are.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
In your mind.
We all have those issues. We all have those issues. It's okay. It's all right. You're not the only one. And we've got another guest as well. We've got Keith Guppy, Mando number 5. Hello, sir.
Hey, Keith.
How are you?
There. All right, guys.
You all right?
Keith, all right.
Yeah,
right.
You made it back then?
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit late coming on. I'm on backstage.
No, it's
sorry,
all right. It's okay. It's all right. Not a problem at all. Right, okay. So, as you know, we're here to discuss the recent Haslab project. So, I do have some discussion points with you. So, it's going to be fairly structured, quite organised. So, there you go. So, firstly, what I want to discuss with you, the three of you, because I know all three of you, you buy the Haslabs and stuff like that, what you have done previously. I want to know your overall thoughts on the idea of a Haslab project. Should a corporate company like Hasbro be doing these kind of Kickstarter campaigns? We're going to start with you, Des.
I think the quick answer is yes, I suppose. If I know what you're saying, a company that's that big, can they afford to do something that big? But is it a risk that it just sits on the shelf? You know, you can have peg warming figures that sit on the shelves and not take that much sort of the cost or whatever. But for big item vehicles, it's sort of for collectors, put your money where your mouth is, sort of thing. Or if you want it, pay for it. It's frustrating, stroke annoying when you're asked to back another one, and we've not had the last one. Same happened with the Ghost and the Cantina. That's a bit frustrating. But I think the simple answer I think is I have no issues with it as long as it's the right thing.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Hang on, just better side to my wife. Yay, an unexpected live stream on something Stu doesn't need as he has an original. Well, I'm not buying one then, am I? There you are. There's that. And you just jinxed it, Georgie. Better start making them. Oh, brilliant. Andy, what are your thoughts?
I think in principle, I don't think, no, we shouldn't be having sort of like crowdfunding for big multinational sort of like companies sort of like to produce products. But in practice, they're just not going to put out sort of like some of these big ships. My kind of issue with it is that it should be for some of those big dream projects. So like the sail barge, I get it. It's sort of like that's a big item. The physicality of it is not going to sit on the shelves. Sort of like they're not going to get many on there. So I understand that. But when it starts straying into territory, and I'm sure we'll get onto this later, when it's actually things that have been released before, and okay, it's a bit larger, then I think it's a little bit more sort of like hazy in terms of should they be doing it.
Well, you're absolutely right. We will get onto that in a bit. So what shall we put? I honestly think if you're charging a big amount of money for a crowdfund, it should be something we've never had before. Yep, absolutely. Hi guys, hope you're all well. Yeah, hey, TVC, how are you, man? Nice of you to join us. Thank you very much. And then Tony Z has put, can't afford 450 for a vehicle that I can get on the secondary market for 150 bucks, albeit smaller. Money tight with holes aboard and 2 young kids. Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that, or I sympathise with that. I have a feeling, Jonathan. I have a feeling.
Use the force.
Wow, unbelievable! What? She's buying it for me already. What the hell? It should have been a Black Series X-Wing. Well, we can get onto that as well. 100% agree, Shabby. This is a slippery slope that Hasbro will just abuse like crazy. Yeah, well, again, all your thoughts and opinions in the chat, so it's great. Keith, what about you? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think fundamentally it's great. I think it's great that you can bring out these big ships and play sets you wouldn't have on the shelves. But I agree with Andy that when you come to reproducing things we've already got, and they're a little bit bigger, and I think it's a little bit of a damp squid, especially at 450 quid. And I'm sure we'll talk about it later on. I think it's these all the gunships now, they don't cost £150. They cost probably £350 to get, even the second-hand ones. There's about 5 you can get, and there's a couple here. And that one there would probably cost you nearly 400 quid if you want to get it a minute in a box.
Hang on, let me just enlarge you there, Keith. Which ones are those?
Yeah, so that's 2 of them. So that's the cartoon series network one with the shark teeth. Just raise up a little bit there. The really popular one. That's the Real Clone Wars version. But there's about 4 others. They're all boxed up. They're all going to cost you £300. But I mean, I love the vehicle. I've got nothing against that, and I love it. But I just think when you're reproducing something you've already got, and it's a little bit bigger, and it looks really nice. I'm just not sure. I think if they were when they do Haslabs, they should do something that you haven't had before. That's my honest opinion.
That's fine.
Don't worry, I'm going to be balls deep into it, and I'm going to buy it. But I just not sure about it. Not sure.
Yeah. No, I'll hang on a second. Let me just so save $150 and get the Mo2 Snake Lair instead, 10 times cooler. There you go. Star Wars 50th. The Haslab will be a slightly bigger Falcon than the last one.
Don't give them ideas.
Hi Emma, how are you? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. We've got TJC in the room. Hello TJC, how are you? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. And we've got Travels and More Jason. Hi all. See that Gunship will the shark tooth. I saw that box today. Oh well, there you are. Pretty cool. As far as Haslab projects go, look, listen. My personal feelings is you've got to remember Hasbro are a business, so they're in it to make money, really, aren't they? That's the whole point. They're meant to make money. So, from a business point of view, and I've said this many a time, I think Haslab projects aren't a bad thing because these kind of big vehicles you're not going to see in the stores anymore. They're just not going to put them out in the stores. So if you've got, like, say, for the example, this one here, you've got 8,000 backers for it to get funded and stuff like that. At least that you can make 8,000, maybe more. So you're not over or mass producing them, so to speak. Because what will happen, you know what it's like when you get these like vehicles and stuff in stores, they sit on the shelves, they don't sell, they get reduced in price, so they're not making the money that they wanted to make on these vehicles. So I feel it makes perfect business sense. And I know a lot of people don't agree with it because they think like big companies like Hasbro shouldn't be doing these. It should be more for the smaller companies. It doesn't matter. Each company is out to make money. It's as simple as that. And if you want to back it, fine. If you want it, you've got that opportunity to get it. If you don't want it, then don't back it. It's as simple as that. I can't see it being that difficult. Would you guys agree on that?
I mean, when the barge came out, I went all out to get that. I managed to sort of secure that sort of like and it was difficult to get that in this country. It was quite tricky. So, but sort of, as time's gone on with the Haslabs, I'm getting less and less sort of like I don't know, sort of engaged with them actually, because I think it links back to your previous question. Is sort of actually these dream tickets, those sort of like must-have sort of like item. There's only so many of those that actually we can have, or that actually that I want. So either we've got to manage our expectations of what those must-have sort of like projects or items are going to be, and sort of like have sort of reissues this sort of stuff, or but. Oh, I don't. I just go on.
I know. I watched Tim's video. I think it was this morning. He did a video on the reveal, and he said that he knows that Haslabs are supposed to be for these dream items, stuff that we wouldn't dream of getting, other than like like the sail barge and stuff like that. But he's absolutely spot on when he turned around and said, the thing is, the brick and mortar stores aren't going to be having these big vehicles in the shops anymore. So what have you got left to do as a Haslab project?
A lot of them don't even have the figures in the store anymore.
Yeah. So let me just jump into the chat quickly, because I think there's some more comments here. So I've read that one. What's this? Haslab should be for grandiose vehicles or playsets never done before or updated from Cannonball. Yes, absolutely. I think we all agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking. I was sort of hoping for the shuttle, but then you think, well, we've had the shuttle before.
We have, yeah. So I mean, where do you go from there? I know a lot of people were saying about the sandcrawler and stuff like that, but we've had the sandcrawler. So again, it's going to be these smaller vehicles that we've had previously. They're just going to be made a little bit bigger. Who else we got? Hoppy. Still believe it's a bit small. Should be 40% larger. Don't think you can get the speeder on the ramp. Okay. All right. Wow. I mean,
is it 23%? I mean, they did show you like a
yeah. It's 23%.
It doesn't look. It's big. It's bigger. Obviously, it's bigger. But does it look wow factor bigger? When you look at the original Falcon to the BMF.
Yeah, I've not seen a gunship like that against the new gunship yet. Picture. Have you seen that or not? I've not seen that.
There is a picture on there. Yeah, I've got because I've got the Hasbro site up and as well. So
you've got to be mindful. It's like the barge wasn't sort of like proper scale either. It should be bigger. The Ghost is a prime example of sort of like the scale, because you look at the cargo sort of like door of that thing.
Yeah,
it's tiny. It's like for Lego figures, not sort of 3 3/4 inch figures.
Well, you've also got, like, you've got to compromise, haven't you? The chopper that you get on the shuttle. I didn't like that at all. I've taken mine off. Jonathan's put Haslab Sandcrawler would make way more money for Hasbro than a gunship people already have in their collection. Yeah, well, yes, good point. Good point.
Yeah, but you imagine what a Sandcrawler would cost when all the detail of the internals, you'd have all the internal levels and stuff. That'd be so much more money to make than a gunship would be. I think. I mean, the gunship's pretty hollow, isn't it? Really, it's not much going on inside. There didn't seem to be much detail. That's why I thought myself, 450 quid.
I think one thing as well with the gunship, it's the sort of the flagship for the return to the Geoniosan arena. You know what I mean? So it's everything that goes with that. If they think, when they're thinking, well, we return to Tatooine this year, and everything that goes with the cantina and the bantha and all that sort of stuff, figures and that. So if they're going to do the Geonosian arena, are we going to get the Acklay, the Reek, the Nexu, some more, maybe even the more of the actual arena playset, maybe, and everything that goes with that.
Maybe some separatist droids, droids.
Yeah.
Like
it's everything that goes with it. Even if you don't back the gunship, you could get, if you think, well, I'm happy with the original gunships, but I'm going to get the new things that they're going to release, because they get the Nexu, because there'll be better ones than these and that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be good. I mean, but they're taking a bit of a gamble. I mean, I think it will bag. I think it will get the 8,000. I think it will probably will back. But the chance that it doesn't, they're pinning this next campaign for TVC. This is kind of like the centerpiece item. By the way, when they do their little poster for Geonosis, if it doesn't fund, there's going to be a great big gap.
Well, this is what I'm going to ask you guys. Is it a good idea to have a Haslab project every year, especially with Star Wars? And I'm just going to lead the way with this. I don't think it's a good idea. I know other people might disagree with that, but I think it'll get to a point where people are just going to check out, because it's going to be too much money, and B, it's going to take up too much space. And a lot of people are going to. I mean, how many people are going to buy multiples this time round?
Stu, I've got to say, they should wait till the cantina's delivered, done, dusted, spring, set this one off, see where we are. And I know people don't like the people buying in 5 and selling 3, but that's the way the world goes round. That's how the world works. Let them sell them, sell them, and let people buy them and buy them, and then go on again. They're chancing their luck a little bit while they're doing 2 rolling together all the time. I think you should give us a bit of a break.
Yeah, I'd have liked a fallow year this year.
Yeah. Because I mean, what was it? You had the Ghost, then you had the cantina, and now you've got the gunship. And Keith, you say about people don't like people buy multiples. What's it got to do with anybody else? What people buy? At the end of the day, if they want to buy 4 or 5, fair play to them. If they want to move a couple on, fair play to them. If they get the money back for them, then again, fair play. It's got nothing to do with anybody else.
Yeah, exactly, mate. There's a market out there. I mean, this fell a bit flat on his feet with the Ghost, because the Ghost is so big. It costs you to send that Ghost in the UK on Parcel Force. It's 80 quid. So people have gone, oh shit, what am I going to do with this? So that's why it's been gone a bit flat. But how big the cantina is, I don't really know. The box size, I don't know. But if that's what people want to do, they can just take the chance, can't they?
Now you see, I bought 2 cantinas. But because I want the figures and I want to open a set of the figures. But with a cantina, because it's all sort of like different parts, my idea is I'm just going to sell bits of it off piecemeal. It's going to be easier to transport, and people are going to want smaller bits. They're not going to have space for like big cantina. Just sell off bits and pieces of it.
That's the good thing about the cantina, because that's going to be coming out this year, isn't it? So with that, it's modular. You don't have to display it in one big round. You can display it in certain little bits on your shelf and make up different scenes and stuff like that with the inside of the cantina. Because again, it's talking about space here, and I know a lot of people are really sort of like struggling for space. Let me just quickly catch up with the chat. John, who's put Stu's background, has backed this project, so I'm filming it now. This isn't a version. What? I'm not unbelievable. What the hell? If this Haslab was 380, 350, there'd be more. I absolutely agree.
I completely agree with that. I chatted to this morning, and I said, if this was around about sort of like 350 quid, we wouldn't even probably be having this conversation.
No, I mean, but the thing is, when I say, is it a good idea to have a Haslab project every year? Star Wars isn't the only franchise that Hasbro are doing Haslabs for. You've got G.I. Joe, you have Transformers, you have Marvel. Every now and again you have Ghostbusters and stuff like that. So, I mean, I've just got the Rattler, and then they come straight out and do another Haslab for G.I. Joe Classified, which I'm passing because there's no way I'm going to be able to. I don't want that. And then you're going to get the Ghost, which was the most expensive Haslab ever, and then that was followed by the the cantina, and now again straight after. When are people going to have enough of these Haslab projects if they keep doing it year in year out? Because surely something's got to give. And to me, I think it kind of dilutes the idea of having a Haslab, because it should be one of those special things that you get every now and again, not every single year. And what I put that down to, and it's just basically corporate greed. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I also feel sorry for Black Series, because I mean, okay, they've had 2 Haslabs that have both failed. But actually, I mean, the Rancor was sort of well designed. They just they didn't market it, and the tiers weren't particularly great. And that was a bit of a disaster. But actually, they should, like Des was saying, we should have had a fallow year this year for TVC, because the 50th anniversary for Star Wars is coming up. So I think there's going to be something. So they're definitely going to do another Haslab for us, sort of like then. Just give us a break. Give Black Series sort of like a chance, sort of like for something new. I think that would have been sort of like more fair, to be quite honest.
Well, let's just discuss Black Series quickly. What do you think they could do for Black Series?
Well, earlier. Sorry, Devin. X-wing. I think that's a doable thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I think Black Series is easy. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, X-wing, Y-wing, A-wing, B-wing. They can do so many things,
vehicles, aren't they? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't collect that crap.
No, I don't either. But they could do. There's so many.
Got a few.
It's easy, really. They just scale up whatever they got.
Yeah.
So Georgie thinks the Sandcrawler would have been a good idea. Oh, okay.
See.
Hello, Ian. Looking forward to hearing everyone's thoughts on this new Haslab.
I think with the Sandcrawler, I mean, yes, it would be great, and but I just think what could go with it. A lot of droids, maybe, a lot of Jawas, but what else?
Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru.
Okay, that's 2. I'm not just thinking about the tiers, but to those that don't get the Haslab, what else could they buy to sort of to accompany it? You know what I mean?
I don't know if it would. Yeah, well, they could have done a Lars Homestead.
It'd be interesting to see if you ever knew how many original vintage Sandcrawlers sold. I mean, compared with everything else, I don't expect there was that many. That's probably why they're so expensive now. And that shows you just like a little bit limited. You're right, Des. It's a little bit limited what you can do with it.
Yeah.
You're in a desert. Yeah, you got some droids coming along. There's no battles, is there? There's nothing like that.
I mean, because it was in the Mandalorian, you can do some bits and bobs like that. You know, which is, I mean, in the more thing, you can get more out there, but I think it's a bit limited. Don't get me wrong, it would be great.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have sort of like mixed it up with, the Mandalorian Sandcrawler.
Yeah. I'm watching Nick owning Kenobi's, and he said it'd be a nice doll's house for all his droids.
They could stick a crate dragon skull on the top of it, because I think
I don't know if it's your next one of your questions is going to be what should they do for a Haslab? Is it? Because I hold my tongue a minute. Is that one of the questions you have in a minute?
No.
So when I got asked by Steve from Hasbro at Fording Bridge, and I was a little bit starstruck, I said to him, "Well, I like a Tantive 5, but I like it in 5 different modules, so you slowly build it up. So each one, we can make, it'd be like about 6 foot long, and that's as an epic sort of Star Wars fan and builder. I like that sort of thing. You can just build it, but it'd be really difficult to go, and you'd have to, maybe every 6 months you have to buy another bit because you couldn't afford it, and something like that. Something that makes you go, wow, And I think the gunship the gunship's great. But all you're doing is producing this one twice as big.
Over a period of time. Yeah. And if you only want that piece, you only get that piece. Or if you only want that piece, you only get that piece. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So just quickly, Tony, sorry, Delvin. Tony says 77% of polled members in the UK TVC Facebook group so far are not backing it. That's a problem. Yeah. I mean, wow. And hi, Keith Knight, Mel Mucker. How you doing? All right, fella? Nice of you to join us. Yeah, sorry, Delvin. What was you going to say, mate?
I've forgotten now. That's an age thing.
Again, not saying anything. So, I mean, is that a problem then, where 70% of a Facebook group page, I've turned around and said they're not backing the gunship?
They say that now.
Is it another 44 days to go?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
long while.
Yeah.
How
And
many
there's-
how many backers so far today? Anyone know?
What do you
Well,
got, Stu, now?
let me just put this up.
Stu, you must have that to hand. You must have that straight to hand, Stu. So,
Yeah,
Oh, hang on.
no. I think Lado
Here we go.
Griffin sort of like said it's behind where the cantina was at this point.
So far it's on 1,000. Let me have a look at that. This is bigger.
536.
1,536. Yeah.
Oh, it's gone down then. I looked.
Hey?
I said to Stu earlier. I looked earlier, and it was 1,547.
Bloody hell.
Mm.
So it's got 44 days to back. I mean, while it's here, we might as
But
well.
then, to be fair, I could have read it wrong.
I tell you what, if you've done back, it's going to be
Yeah.
really interesting what goes on in the future. And I'm worried that it might.
We'll come back. We come back to that.
Yeah.
Might
Oh,
affect the whole
bloody
TVC
hell.
line.
Sorry, go on.
It might affect the whole TVC line if it done back. I don't know.
I'm worried about that. They'll see that as a well, they're not backing it. The interest isn't there anymore. And it's sort of like,
This is the thing.
but it
This
is.
is the thing. I mean, what do they expect? What do they expect? They've just, you know, you get in the what do you call it? Bloody hell, the cantina. A lot of people have just got the Rattler. They're doing another one for G.I. Joe. That's what I mean. Something's got to give.
It'd be interesting to see the percentage of people. I mean, I'm only after the Star Wars.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know how many people would want to back everything. They're into the G.I. Joe, the the Transformers, or whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about, Des, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It'd be interesting to see how many people there are that do
I'll tell you what, though, Des, if they'd done a Imperial shuttle, it would have just sold. It would have gone.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely. God, yeah. Just a bigger version of what we had before. I know again, but
a bigger and a proper version. I know we're sort of contradicting ourselves now, saying about
we are. Yeah.
But
do you think that's our original trilogy bias a little bit though? Because there is a lot of. I mean, I think it's actually quite good that they focused on prequel trilogy a little bit with this one.
Yeah,
because I do think prequel trilogy needs a little bit of love, not just with Haslabs, but with TVC line in general. But I'm the same. If they'd done a shuttle, I've got a shuttle, but I probably would have backed it. But I lean more towards the original trilogy, and I'm not going to apologise for that. I do.
I just lean in general.
Nice.
But I think there's more people. Sorry, I think there's more people that have got the gunship than have got a shuttle.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So I mean, I'd have been all over a shuttle, even though there are, well, as we said, shuttles out there. I think there's less people have got shuttles.
Mr. B's put the gunship should be something you can get on the shelf, just a way to overcharge for something already released. Yeah, there's that as well. Let's just quickly catch up with the chat. Evan Hawk is my dream project. Oh, okay. Oh, that's too saying like people.
35 in the chat, Stu. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, no, not too bad. Not too bad. Shabby, I built one 18th. I built one 18th year ago.
I thought Hobby would build one.
Okay. Having a private conversation. What else we got? We got Gap. Hello. Oh, he's saying hello to people. We got Psy. What's he put? For me, if you back this, then you are the problem. The reason why all this silly stuff exists, and Hasbro continue to take the utter piss. Ooh, well, there you are.
I don't. Do you know what though? I mean, I don't disagree with the sentiment there actually, because the more we sort of go along and sort of like buy into this, literally, the more they're just going to keep on doing it, and the price is sort of like more. Let's see how much we can get away with.
Well,
sort of like
again, that goes back to my point. When are people going to say enough is enough? You know, these are supposed to be dream items. That the first one they did was the barge, and we all know what happened there. It wasn't available worldwide, just in the States, and a lucky few people in the UK managed to pick one up. And then I think it was a couple of years afterwards, wasn't it? They did the Razor Crest. Yeah. And then was it a year, 2 years after they did the Ghost? Was there a gap?
Yeah, I think there was a gap.
If there's a gap in between, then I think people are going to be more open to buying one, because it gives them time to recover and get the funds together, instead of keep banging it out year on year out. It doesn't make sense to me.
I've also sort of like seen there's a lot of sort of talk about it's just kind of sprung on people a little bit,
Yeah,
and sort of
yeah.
like what it is, and actually when the Haslab's coming out. I mean, there was kind of some sort of like rumors, but if you give people a bit more notice, people who do need to budget, sort of like to buy some of these things, it gives them a bit of time, sort of like to be able to put the money away if they need to. Is
Right, yeah.
otherwise you're just sort of like there's going to be some people who are just like, actually, yeah, no, I've just got to pay the mortgage, I've got to pay for like kids' school uniforms, sort of like stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I still think 450 quid is just too much.
Well,
I think it's 350 quid.
That is what I was going to ask you guys. Do you feel that you are getting value for money when it comes to Star Wars Haslab projects? I mean, okay, I've got the Rattler that was cheaper than the Ghost. It's cheaper than the Republic Gunship. It's got working lights. It looks flipping fantastic. Okay, you don't get any of that with the Star Wars projects, and not only that, the paint apps aren't ideal either, because the Ghost I think weren't great when it comes to the weathering, and by all accounts the Cantina is not going to be great weathering. So do you feel, guys, that you're getting value for money when it comes to the Star Wars Haslab projects?
Because it's Star Wars.
Exactly. Yeah. I suppose that that's, I don't know what percentage that Hasbro have to pay Disney for the privilege.
Well, there's that. Yeah,
that's got. And I know the G.I. Joe stuff it's their IP, so they can do what they want with it. They've not got to pay that sort of the IP tax, shall we say? So if you want it, you've got to pay for it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, there's part of me that's kind of thinking, are we? Because this does seem more sort of like than what I think a lot of people were expecting, sort of like the price on this one to be. And there is a little part of me that's kind of thinking, actually, is this some tariff impact sort of like on some of the costings here as well? I'm not sure. But I mean, it does seem sort of like more than sort of like than what I would price this like. And if you look back, I mean, and not that too long ago, sort of like actually you could get the Galaxy's Edge, sort of like a Millennium Falcon for £400 sort of like pounds or sort of $400. That did have lighting, that did have electronics, that did have sounds and everything, and that had all the weathering. So I mean, it seems sort of like a bit of a jump up, and also to me, sort of like the price. And I know some people have been talking about this earlier as well. The difference between the price between America and the UK, in particular, there seems to be 49999.
Here we
not
go.
taking into.
So this was on Instagram earlier, and this is courtesy of TVC Dadalorian. So thank you for that, mate. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, with the exchange rate, we should only be paying £378 in the UK, and yet we're paying 450. I think that's an absolute flipping disgrace.
I done an exchange thing, and I think it was even cheaper than that.
Yeah, I mean, I know this
30 something.
I know in America they do have their sales tax, but I think it varies from state to state.
Yeah, that's definitely a shit sandwich, isn't it? Really, to be fair.
Yeah.
Plus, as well, it's shipping on top of that,
and this surcharge.
Yeah, and this I don't know 100% about this, but someone said, and there's a surcharge, and it's like, what? We're telling me now you've got to tip the Yodel driver.
No, I'm not tipping him. They're arseholes, Yodel. Absolute rubbish. But we won't get into those. Delvian, back to your point earlier. I've just had a look at the cost of what they're asking for the Haslab Snowcat, the G.I. Joe classified Snowcat, and guess what? It's cheaper than what they're asking for the Gunship.
But then Hasbro own the rights to sort of like G.I. Joe, so they're not paying their licensing sort of like to anyone else. So that, I mean, I imagine sort of like some of the licensing sort of like factors into it, sort of like with Lucasfilm. So I do think it's overpriced, and it goes back to that point we said earlier. If it was about $350, I probably would have ordered one, and that the perceived value sort of like for $350, I think is there for me, but for $450, it's not. So
I'm just thinking if it's roughly the same as the Razor Crest, and the Razor Crest was $350, So on a maybe gone up a little bit more.
Hi, JT.
You know, obviously I don't want to pay as much as that for it, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. But to go another £100, dollars, euros, whatever more.
The thing is that people say, well, if you put lighting in it and stuff like that, then they're going to put the cost up even more. You just think, I think it's so wrong. It really is. I mean,
One thing that I thought about as well. Do you think so? It finishes beginning of September.
Yeah.
Not that I've got a lot of pre-orders, but I've got the Bantha pre-ordered. I've got the Cantina set pre-ordered, and I've got the 3-pack of Snow Troopers pre-ordered. And they're all dropping about the same sort of time as the Haslab will finish.
And let's not forget, we've got a lot of TVZ waves that we should have received months ago that have been delayed. I don't know about you, but I'm still waiting for that wave that has the Snow Trooper sort of like in. That still hasn't arrived yet. So I mean, we're so far behind on stuff being delivered.
But, is that all of a sudden going to drop at the same time? So if they'd have waited maybe into the new year, a bit easier. But then I know there's never a good time to sort of drop sort of £450.
No, but I think they should deliver the canteen and then caught up rest.
That always just feels a bit. I don't want to say wrong, but just a bit.
I think they've deliberately done that so that we don't get a sense of how much space we've got when we're ordering the next one.
That's true. That is a good point, Andy. That is the point.
Tony Z's put, I'd rather back to get size 5-foot doll over to the UK than this expensive Haslab. There you are. Size doll's doing the rounds.
I can just say I bet size rubbing his hands together.
I mean, the ghost box was out of order. It was just you could if you guys pick one up, if you actually try to pick one up, they are you can just about by yourself lift it. And it's just destroyed the after sales market of it, and it's so big. Now, I don't know what the canteen is going to be like. I don't know what it's going to be like. It's just.
I think they showed a picture of the cantina box.
They did
over the weekend, didn't they?
Okay. I don't know the size of it though, Stu, or the weight of it. I don't know the overall size of it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the ghost is pretty heavy anyway, isn't it? I mean, Georgie, bless her, she filmed me carrying mine upstairs. She didn't bother to offer to give me a hand. She just watched me struggle and filmed it. But I lifted the ghost the other day because I wanted to put the rattler on there to open that up. And you forget how heavy that bloody thing is. It is a heavy vehicle. It's
It nearly killed me getting that box up the stairs.
It's a big box. It's a big box.
Mental. Didn't the cantina not fully back and miss some of it missed one tier, didn't it? It missed one tier.
I generally thought they were going to announce that last night.
Well, apparently, I think they are talking about 4-pack for Cantina patrons, and because they did like a little spoiler thing, and I think that final figure might be coming out.
Okay.
What with the Cantina? So those of you already might get it as well.
I think that's the Ariel Shoes or whatever that last one. I think there's going to be a 4-pack of aliens coming out, and they reckon
and that goes
to be one of them.
That helps populate the cantina that you've got, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like it being. Go on.
Go on, Des.
I'm going to say, what do you think is going to come out with the for the Genosian arena? But I don't know whether that's going to be a question for later on.
Oh right, okay. We can touch on that. But I was just going to say to Keith, because you mentioned about the Ghost Haslab box devaluing the. I mean, you bought how many? Have you struggled with yours, moving yours on?
I can't possibly comment how many I bought, Stu, because there's certain people watching the program tonight. But
just
hypothetically speaking,
if I bought 4, let's just say I bought 4, but I obviously can't confirm that in any way, shape, or form. But they were bloody fucking massive, and then everyone knows, and then soon as you try to sell them, they were like £80, £90 to sell out. UK postage, it's like a dead. It's just not, and that's why that's why they're going for like 4. They're probably going for retail £400-500 most.
Well, Leicester Vintage had one for £450 in the shop, so they lost sort of £50 on it, and I presume buyer picks up sort of thing.
It's the figures that are doing well.
Yeah, the figures doing well. They're doing £250-300. But whether it just with time it slowly builds up again, it might do. I imagine the Razor Crest will go up a little bit now because it's coming out next year in the film. We'll see. Don't know.
Connor's put, I think where this differs from previous Haslabs is that it's more aimed at prequel fans, a busy market for that generation in its own right. Well, look, I I'm not backing Hasbro in any way, but I think no matter what they would have done, people are going to bitch and moan about it. If it had been another original trilogy vehicle, you'd have had the prequel fans going, oh, well, we don't get any love. And now we have got something for the prequels. It's not right. Yeah. So, well, because it's already been done, hasn't it? So what would you have rather have had vehicle-wise or playset-wise from the prequels? Let's put that to you.
The prequels?
Yeah. Because we've all said that the prequels deserve some love with lack of figures.
I would like it's Count Dooku's ship, but I don't know whether that's big enough to be a Haslab. Probably not.
Oh, what the solar
sailor? Yeah, that's probably not big enough to be a Haslab. I'm just trying to think now.
Do you like Council? But then is that more figure focused?
Well, that would have been more of a playset, wouldn't it? Really, that would have been more like the Cantina. You could have got it modular.
God, but
then what figures would you have got with that? Because you'd have had to, because they only do about 3 or 4 figures.
Tell you what, I would like. What's the carrier, the troop carrier, not the ATTE, the troop carrier. That would have been good.
The Juggernaut one.
Yeah, not the turbo tank. The other one where you've got the troops. That would have been mighty cool. Yeah, that would have been the one you see on Seleucia in the clip where. Whatever gets killed by the.
Is that the one, the big one with the wheels? The one that was in?
No, not turbo tank. No, not that one. It's a troop carrier you see very fleetedly on Seleucia in one of the prequel films.
What they could have done, they could have done a gunship, but they could have done it with the attachment for the ATTE or whatever it is.
Yes,
that would have been good.
That would have been a better idea. Why didn't they do that?
Yeah,
that would have been absolutely amazing. How about attachment? How about exactly.
Yeah.
I think if it extends into the Clone Wars series as well, I would have liked one of those Mandalorian, not the gauntlet, but the larger sort of like troop carrier. So I've got somewhere to put all the hundreds of thousands of Mandalorian figures that I've got sort of like in a line.
How about Stu? If you've got an existing ATTE, they brought out a gunship that would clip on the back of it and would carry it and launch it. That would have been absolutely out of the world. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. That would have been great. Apparently, I'm a scalper, according to the Gap. Stu, people could call you scalpers because you buy duplicates, many of them. Thank you very much. Unbelievable. Some people. I love the prequels, but just can't afford 450. Happy with the Cantina coming. Yeah, again, it's just the price, isn't it? It's I think it's going to put a lot of people off. But we've all said, it will probably back. It'll probably back. Gen X Brian, hello. A true 1/18 scale sandcrawler would be 6. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
That's my coffin sorted.
Yeah. I think if I'd have had that, I would have been living in it.
When I said to Steve, about Anti 5. He just looked at me like and went,
biker.
Okay, great idea, and then walked away and went.
But why didn't they think of that regarding that the gunship with the bit that picks up the ATTE or AT whatever it's called?
It's a bit off. It's a bit out. It's a bit out of main line, I guess, Stu, isn't it? It's like. But it would have been, because loads of us have got ATTEs. There's thousands of people who've got them loose. I bet Dez has got them. We've got loose ones. Imagine going, oh, he's a gunship now, picks it up and transports it. Oh my God.
But that's the whole point of a Haslab, though, isn't it? To get a dream item that we wouldn't have got or we don't have. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
I'll tell you, it'd be interesting if they did a poll. What would people like? And just ask the people that would buy it, what do you want?
Didn't someone? I think I saw on Facebook or Instagram this morning that someone put a poll out asking what Haslab would they like, and I don't think the gunship did very well. I don't think that.
No, I don't know. Actually, I read somewhere they did 2 polls, and the gunship actually scored quite highly.
Yeah. I suppose now it's like it's not just a question of. What do you want to do? Right, Stu wants this. It's how many accounts have you got and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Connor wants to know: would the panel have backed it if it was a 5 for 4-inch slave layer figure. Yes, absolutely would have done. What a silly question, Connor. Unbelievable. Of course we would have done. Jono's put, how much bigger is the LA8T compared to the Razor Crest? As that was around 300 to 350.
I think it's going to be about similar size-ish, I reckon.
Yeah.
I haven't got a loose gunship. Have you got a loose gunship there, Dez? I haven't got one. I think that is smaller than the Razor Crest. I think it's going to be about the same size as a Razor Crest, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah, just a little different sort of shape, but the actual, I know what you're saying, Keith. Yeah.
So Mr. B's put Black Series Haslab fails because it was crap. Well, there you go. Yeah, say how it is, Mr. B. Yeah. No, I mean, I do agree with Delvian. I think the Rancor itself looked pretty cool. That looked awesome, but they didn't really promote it that well.
No,
and
they didn't.
Stretch goals were absolutely flipping ridiculous. I mean,
know.
the Gamorrean guard, we've already got Gamorrean guards, and some of them were on bloody clear out or clearance.
One of the tiers was a cardboard backdrop. It's just like,
if you're having the Rancor, the first thing you either want Luke Jedi or a version of Luke Jedi that's a bit more dishevelled, or
or the Rancor keeper.
or Ula.
Or Ula, yeah. Well, they'll never do Ula.
So Biker Scouts put, never been a fan of Haslab. A multi-billion-dollar does not need to cut. But I don't know if you were at the beginning of the live stream, Biker. We said it makes perfect business sense of Haslab because whether you're like a multi-billion-dollar company or you're a startup company, you're in it to make money. And I think a crowdfunder, I business-wise, I don't disagree with it. I think it makes sense.
I read this week. They spent 20 grand to produce or start a campaign, and then if that's all they do, but I heard it's 20 grand. That sounds not a lot of money to me, but I don't know if that's right.
Well, 8,000 people backing it at 450. That's 3.6 million.
Bloody hell!
So,
Yeah,
I mean, we don't know sort of like a lot of the costs and the shipping and the taxes and sort of like the only thing I was going to ask is sort of like actually, this might be one of your questions, Stu, is what do we actually think of the sculpt for this lat or lat, whatever how you want to pronounce it? It's because I actually think the sculpt is quite good. It's sort of like some of the detail. I did have one gripe because when they took the side panels off, there was some really good sculpting, sort of like it was like wires and everything. But once again, it wasn't painted. Yeah. It was unpainted, and that's been a bit of an issue, sort of like since the Razor Crest, where there's the things to haven't. Yeah. And for Dream projects, I kind of want that those finishing touches.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This seems to be missing.
I want to give. Let's just see Jonathan's comment, and then we'll have a look at the Hasbro page. Hasbro will never give the yearly Haslabs a break. It's 100% risk-free profit. Fair enough. Right, let's
it's not wrong.
At the stage, let's have a look at this, shall we? So here it is. So this is what we're all talking about. So there's that.
I thought it was funny as well. The two figures, I'm sure we'll talk about the figures in a bit, but the two figures are the same. You'd have thought that they'd maybe just done a slightly different.
Well, one's going to be carded apparently, and the other one's going to be.
Do you know what? Tim made a really good point on his channel.
Yeah.
Why did he not give you two loose ones to stick in the cockpits and then give you a carded one as well? It's like another $3 to produce another figure. It's like
And I think they should do that. I mean, I don't know how much it would cost to give us. Let's say we get the three tiers with it. Give us some loose as well as carded.
Yeah.
How much would that really add to the price?
They did that with the Star Speeder 3000, didn't they? You've got the figures carded, and then you've got them loose as well, so you can put them in the display.
Like with the Cantina and the Tonica sisters.
Yeah. So these, I mean, what do people think of the unlocked tiers? I mean, you've got 10,000 backers. You've got old Robert Coleman there, or Coleman Treeball, whatever you want to call him.
Oh, I call him Treeball Mint.
Treeball Mint, yeah. Then you've got 12,000 backers. You've got Stacey Tin, and then you've got, is that Agan? Well, am I looking at the small screen? Agan Cola. That's
I would have done it the other way. I would have had Treebor as the 16,000 backers because everyone thinks he's amazing. I would the other ones first, but yeah.
I mean, they're nice figures. I mean, and actually, I think we're going to get some good Jedi sculpts moving forward.
It's like will we get it? Let's just say it backs and all them 3 back. Do you think we'll get them 3 again in the main line on a different card?
Of course we will, because they'll do it. I mean, they did that with the Razor Crest, didn't they? You had that specific Mandalorian figure on that card, and it was only exclusive to that card. Well, the figure wasn't exclusive. The card back was exclusive.
The Mandalorian Malute. It was the Jawa Elder. I think he had an extra egg, and the Grogu had his Beskar Pram.
Yeah,
but then you got them again in the normal line. So, which is why I'd like to see the Tonica sisters.
So, is anyone yet put up a version of this against that to see how much bigger it is?
Yeah, I think there is an image.
Yeah, this
here somewhere.
There
we go.
There you go. Great.
What happens if I do this?
Yeah, fab. Do you know what though? It ain't that. I don't know. It's
it's not much bigger, is it? It doesn't look much bigger.
Is it 20% big? More than 20% bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, there's some nice details on it, but I mean, I like the twirling missile thing on the top. That's actually a nice detail.
Going back to this video, just going back to, I mean, you are absolutely correct. Look how hollow that is for 450 quid.
Exactly, that's my point. There's not a lot of money gone into the middle of it, has it? It's just
no, and you don't even get one of the speeders that go in the back.
Connor made a good funny point the other day, and he said, because they were talking about all of this storage space, it's sort of like, and they're actually selling that as like a selling thing. It's sort of like this empty storage space here. It's like, okay.
So I mean, there's the 28 inches.
That's a really interesting picture. I think that, yeah.
There's when they were setting it up in the display as well. I think Steve Evans brought over an old one and held it above it as well. So there is
he did. Yeah.
I mean, those turrets are 80 quid each.
Yeah, they are. I like that. It's a nice touch.
I would have liked the little Death Star green lasers coming off them, little attachment to show it firing or something on that. That would have been a nice touch.
So who was talking about the paint apps?
It was me. You can't see it on these photos.
Here?
No, it's actually
inside.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Actually, it's all one color, and actually, when you see it on display on the Hasbro booth, they've taken off those side panels, and it's just all one color. And there's like bits of wires, sort of like, and it's all really, really nicely sculpted. But I just kind of think, just give it some paint. And
did you get the Razor Crest, Delvian?
Yes.
You did. They've done the same with that. You take the panels off of that, it's like that bluey color inside, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was a real disappointment, and that they just seem to be following a track with it now. So it's not, to me, going back to the original question about Haslabs, it's not just sort of like dream projects. There's an expectation of a higher level of quality as well there. And actually that does seem to be, they do seem to be skimping on paint sort of like apps a little bit recently.
They did that with the Ghost as
it's
well.
Like you could almost give them the benefit of the doubt, because, well, it's just a production. It's not the final thing, but we all know that that's how it's going to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just got to look at the Ghost. You just got to look at the Razor Crest. I mean, I think the only decent Haslab that they've done, which has been absolutely superb, and is the sail barge. I mean, that thing is just absolutely incredible, and I don't think they've come anywhere close to getting anywhere near that level of standard since. That's just my opinion.
I must admit, with the size of the case they had out yesterday, I don't think it's going to be the Sandcrawler, because it wasn't that tall.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't think it's going to be the shuttle, and then all the talk where it's going to be the gunship. And a little bit of me was thinking, I wonder if they're really going to do the barge, because I thought the sort of the case they had, I thought it'd fit in that. Obviously, it didn't happen. It's this, but for a second, I thought, I wonder.
I mean, so I think we've already touched this on this anyway, but. And the feeling I get is no, the Republic gunship isn't a good choice for a Haslab. So I mean, I'm guessing you guys are in agreement.
Yeah, but do you know, at the same time though, I kind of feel as though there's going to be a lot of people out there that are loving this, and they really, really like this, and they really want this. And I don't want to rain on their parade or anything. It's just how I feel. It's like, no, it's not for me. But there's a little part of me that, going back to Si's comment, was it shouldn't fund it. But at the same time, if people really want this, I don't want to
yeah.
take that away from them.
Yeah,
So,
no, exactly, absolutely.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I'm gonna buy 2, and I love it, but I just think it's a little bit pricey, but I can't resist it. So I'm just a sucker for bloody Star Wars. You know I am. So I can't. What can I say about that? You know what I mean?
Well, no, I mean, look, you know, it's a tough one because I think the Republic Gunship, I think it's a fantastic vehicle, and I'm very lucky that I've got one of the original ones in the front room on display. So Georgie's absolutely right. Why would I want to get another one? Well, I'm not saying I do, but if for example I did have to get, or if I did get it, and
if you have to get it,
no, I don't have to get it. Or let me rephrase myself. If I did get it, then I would have to move stuff on to help fund it.
You have to move out for a second.
So I was talking to someone today, and they put a very good question to me. If you guys did decide to buy it, would you sell your original versions of the Gunship to help pay for the Haslab version?
No, I wouldn't sell mine. I've got 4. One of them's mint, all out of the boxes, but the other 3 have got pieces missing off them.
Yeah.
So what I'd get for them, I don't think would come anywhere near. So it will be an easy no. I wouldn't sell them. And I'm on the fence about buying it.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I wouldn't sell them directly to get the Haslab, but they are going for 300 plus quid. That's probably 350, a bit less for that one. The other 2, the Crumb Bomber is going for 300. So then you know they're not far off of what you got to pay for the bloody Haslab. But I wouldn't sell them just to get that. I would just, you know, so
yeah.
See, I don't have any of the original ones. So, and actually, based on what sort of Keith's saying about sort of the prices now, it makes more sense if I was interested in getting one of these, just getting the Haslab, sort of like for a bit extra, and then I'll have a larger, sort of more up to date vehicle. I'm just not interested in the vehicle, and my other problem is space. I literally I've got the cantina coming. I've got nowhere to physically put it.
I don't think this box is going to be that big, because I think the way the wings fold up on these, if that's 20% bigger, it's not a really big box. I think it's not going to be. I think it's going to be a Razor Crest size box, not
the wings are quite sort of thin, aren't they? Whereas the Ghost wings were quite long and chunky.
Well, the Rattler box, I was really surprised when I got home and I saw it by the front door. I was like, oh wow, it's here. Okay, that's smaller than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be pretty big, and that is really small compared to the Ghost box. I mean, that was not a great size. Haslab most probably be a modular Death Star for the Star Wars 50th anniversary, possibly. This, how dare you? Black Series is awesome. Forward Command Center for the TBS. What's TBS? The Black Series. Black Series. Yeah, of course it is. Sorry. Don't mind him, Shabby. He's got a Black Series Gamma Guard.
That's true, I do. Yeah.
And all the works for the Mando. Yeah, see, I mean, you got the best of both worlds there. You know, you can have the Mando figures and you can have the Star Wars figures with it. So, but
I wish we'd seen a shuttle, even if it was a shuttle from the Bad Batch or a shuttle from Rogue One or a different shuttle. I think we need a shuttle, and that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Thing is, will that be next year?
I reckon it'd be U-wing, but I'm not sure.
Thing is, it's all centered around Star Wars: A New Hope, isn't it? You know, don't start throwing things at me. But when will the 50th anniversary?
Sandcrawler then, probably.
Well, you reckon that's going to be next year?
Well, if it's around, Dez is quite right around New Hope, and then it might be a Sandcrawler.
Yeah. So
I think it'll be a modular Death Star.
Yeah,
I think that's probably what they'll go with. So
what to build up?
Yeah, I think I don't think they'll do a dome or anything like that with the old Palatoy version because that'll be too much space. But I think there'll be. I think it'll be something Death Star.
That'll be too much space. Like they worried about that.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
well, do you know? I think they're going to need to start factoring that into their
Yeah, but they
consideration of when
don't
they're
know. That's the thing, they won't.
They're going to have to.
Yeah, that's that's our problem. Where we're putting it's our problem, not their problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It becomes their problem if we don't order it.
Well, true, yeah. I mean, sort of going off topic a bit, I'm surprised they've not done, and will they do it? In the retro collection, the cardboard Death Star in the retro collection. I can see him doing that.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I know that's
Let me
another topic for another day.
Well, I'm surprised you haven't done any vehicles in the retro collection. That's the next thing. It's I know people sniff it a little bit, but it's a hell of a popular line now.
Yeah. I know Star
really,
Action
really
just
popular.
bang on about it all the time, as in we just can't sell enough of them.
Yep.
Even the mini rigs, I think, would probably do quite well.
Yeah, you're right. It'd be amazing.
Excuse me, I'm just going on to I'm just going on Hasbro.
That's fine. That's fine, Stu. You just go on your phone.
Yeah,
during
we'll
the
just
live
chat.
stream.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah,
We'll just keep it going.
Anyway, what do you guys have for tea tonight? Because I had fish and chips. How about you guys?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I had lasagna.
Lovely.
I had some Indian.
I'm just in the middle of doing something. It's all right. Carry on. Don't mind me.
We can see that.
Professionally, very professional. But I can feel myself going really red and hot.
Yeah.
Well, what's the message? Tell us all.
Hey, no, I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah,
what did we think about going off sort of like Haslab just for a second? What did we think about that 3-pack of the Force Ghosts?
I thought that was really good. Really good.
Yeah. Really like the double head sculpt as well.
Yeah,
like
that was a nice touch. Yeah.
When does that go on?
Like
that pre-order?
I think they said fall. I think it was fall convention or a full Hasbro Pulse exclusive. So I think after summer sometime, I think.
Can anyone tell me on the chat or here when Ventress comes out on the TVC? Because I'm dying to do a video on Ventress, and I'm waiting for the figure to come out. Anyone know?
It shouldn't be too long, so I think Tim's reviewed it on his channel, but I think he sometimes get imports.
Import, yeah.
Right, okay, so
shouldn't be too long. I think it's probably going to be September. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes in around sort of August, September.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Again, getting back to when the Haslab finishes, we're all paying out that money,
Overall, though, I mean, I think it's good that sort of like the prequel sort of like fans have got something sort of like for Haslab. I think it would have been nicer if Black Series got something for Haslab, and we'd had a bit of a break.
I genuinely thought they were going to dip their toe back into that, but then when Wednesday or Thursday it came up TVC, it was sort of yes, I was excited, but at the same time, what's it going to be? How much is it going to cost?
Yeah, I'm back in the conversation now, guys. I've just put my pre-order in for a couple of figures, so it's all good.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry. I hate it when these live streams get away you're pre-ordering, innit?
Yeah. I know.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry about coming on tonight and all that.
Going back to that 3-pack, I think that's absolutely fantastic because I love the way they've given the 2-head option. You've got Sebastian Shaw, and they're giving you Hayden Christensen as well. You didn't get that with the Black Series, so I wonder, will they re-release that for Black Series with the Sebastian Shaw head?
Oh no, I think but they've already done it. They already released that set sort of like last year, didn't they?
Yeah,
but just without the head.
Yeah.
Unless they do him on its own card.
Good point.
Or just release the head.
Yeah, but that'll go.
Could you imagine that arriving in a box, just like an alligator head?
Yeah. But that'll go a long way to completing the 96, the Kenner 96, that Sebastian Shaw one. So that's pretty good. What's Shabby? I think you need a new promo for Mando and some kind of sexy song and call it Bare Essentials. Oh well, there you go. I don't know what I think about that. There you are. It's these TVC bars, Shabs, deluded. There you go. The Sandcrawler could come with the last Homestead. Yeah, absolutely. TVC's but Jedi Council Chamber for the Black Series. So many prequel options. Yep. Jonathan, it's also money in the bank account for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Yeah. True. Hello, Lamb. How are you? Howdy, folks. As a Black Series collector, I have come to accept that the chances of vehicles may be slim, but they may be heading in the right direction with diorama set pieces. Yeah,
That's true, actually. That Best Bin sort of like a Black Series thing they announced, I thought that looked pretty sweet, actually. That was all
that
right.
did look pretty cool. And then I like the one they did with Anakin and Obi-Wan as well on Mustafar. I think that was pretty cool.
I think even if you're not a Black Series collector, you can get that as a nice sort of piece, nice display piece. You know what I mean? I don't know where you'd put it, Stu.
What's that?
The Anakin, that Darth Vader and Luke and Anakin and Obi-Wan little sets.
Yeah, I wouldn't get them. I don't really sort of like go too much into Black Series anymore.
Leave it in the box. Leave it in a post box and not open it.
I'll leave it in a post box. So I'm just going on Jonathan's comment. Zero reason Hasbro could not make a Black Series X-Wing now that they have made the Rattler. So I'm just looking at the size of the Rattler, and I think lengthwise, I think this is about 3 foot. So that could work. And then the wingspan, yeah, I think you could be onto something there, Jono. Yeah, I think that would work definitely. Definitely, just checking out the
points I made just now about the fact you've got to pay for the Haslabs up front. You know, what if they did 20% up front, then the 80% when you know, a month out before it's delivered? I think that would be a lot more attractive to people as well.
Just put a deposit down.
Yeah.
Well, TVC has put 1,568. Not looking good so far. I mean, it's the first day. I was stupid enough to say the Ghost wasn't going to back, but look where that got me. So yeah, what's that? 450 for that. Yeah, I know it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah, Haslabs tend to hit at least a third of the backing goal in the first 24 hours.
I don't know if you noticed on this one, though, there's fewer tiers than we've had in previous Haslabs.
Yeah.
And the tier amounts, the backing amounts seem to be a lot lower as well. I thought with the Cantina, I thought it was around about 11,000 to back, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I think didn't it go up in 3,000?
Yeah, and there was more tiers as well. I think this is more achievable. They've made this one more achievable. With
it's not if it goes past the 3 tiers. Do you think they'll get any more tiers? I suppose the easy thing to do is we'll make this Jedi, we'll make that Jedi.
I don't know. I think that they might do that if it's not selling all that well. They might sort of try and add in a few sweeteners.
Yeah, just dangle that carrot.
I think.
I mean, I'll tell you what would be good was have a Yoda command station like you saw in the Attack of the Clones or something like that.
Yeah,
that would be sweet.
Ian Butler 3D actually posted. He did a post about that earlier because he's got one that he 3D prints, and with that coming out, it's perfect for it.
Yeah.
So Ricardo said he's seen 3 different people on Instagram who initially said they would not back it, but went back and did. There you go.
So it's a FOMO, fear of missing out.
Exactly.
But do you think that's a case of wanting to get the figures and then getting rid of the vehicle? Because I know a lot of people would do that. They would get this gunship just to get the figures and then sell the vehicle on. I know Martin, he's done that, hasn't he? Well, he's actually kept the.
I think Martin, this one, loves the gunship, and I think. But yeah, you're right. A lot of people will go and get it just for the figures and sell on the ships. You know, it's part of the way it goes. Some people just haven't got the room to collect ships; they just collect the figures.
I have to be honest, that's why I bought 2 cantinas, because I wanted the figures. I wanted some to open.
Yeah.
I'm not too fussed about these figures this time, actually, because I've got other versions of them, which they're okay.
Yeah.
I don't need these figures. And in some ways, I kind of think I'm quite glad they haven't done sort of like key characters as tiers. And they've done background characters, which actually they're nice to have. And I think they're excellent sculpts. I think they really do look good. But
I can see them coming out in a regular on regular cards with a different card back.
More than likely. Yeah. Tony Z's put plus no Geonosis Padme included. That should have been one of the first figures to be offered. Yeah, well, with that, you probably would have got the old Black Series version, the old 3 3/4 inch Black Series version of her. So,
but also, I think they'll have figures like that will accompany. The whole Geonosis arena. You'll get Poggle the Lesser. They might even do re-release Django on his on his regular card again. You'll get a young Boba Fett maybe. All the droids.
So Shabby's put, I don't tend to fall for the box being too big. There are massive toy boxes from other companies in toy aisles.
Yeah,
but
I mean the flag. I mean look how big the box was for the flag, and then the Defiant as well. But
but if you look at right now or in the last 18 months,
hey G-Force,
what's the biggest box item you've seen in a normal retail store? You struggle, don't you? Just think about it.
Well, I think the last time I saw a big boxed item was Castle Grayskull, and even then that is relatively small compared to the Haslab boxes.
maybe some of the Jurassic Park items, sort of like some of those big dinosaur things. That's probably the largest.
Or even some of the Lego sets like the Millennium Falcon. That's probably the biggest things you see now.
Yeah, I'll say the big Millennium Falcon, but you're probably going back 10 years for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's not really relevant, but like I say, now I suppose it's the
Lego,
Lego
you're right. That's a big old ship. You get that in Toys R Us, couldn't you, back in the day? But since then,
I'll say that's it's a long time ago, so it's sort of not relevant now.
Dr. Jones has put, I'm glad it's a PT Haslab, but I really wish it was LAATC. With it, we spoke about that, didn't we? That would have been an absolutely fantastic idea, and I cannot get my head around why they've not done that. I think. Do you think that would have gone down better than just a normal Republic gunship?
Bit more niche, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really difficult, Stu, because everyone's got an ATT already. We've gone, brilliant. We're now lift it off, but would it have been that popular? I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure, but. For me personally, yes, I would have gone, wow, this is freaking brilliant.
They could have done that gunship with that, feature to be able to pick an ATTE up, but then they didn't have to do the ATTE with it. They could have done that a little bit further down the line.
No, they just use it to pick up the existing ATTE. Then you have to do that. So you got the ATTE. I don't know how they would have done it, but there's ways of picking it up. I'm looking one now behind you in the screen, but there's ways to pick it up, and they could have just done that. You know what I mean? So they didn't have to use that.
Or you re-release it, don't you? Yeah. It's another way of getting that out again.
Yeah. But no, that's a great idea, Dr. Jones. That was that'd have been awesome. Oh, that's G4 saying hello to everybody. What else we got? The gap between the Razor Crest and the Ghost was the Rancor. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Patrick's faux pas when he announced it. I still reckon he announced that on purpose.
Who's that?
Patrick, when they done some Q&A, and he sort of said, it just came out. He announced it sort of live.
No,
it's not the Rancor.
Yeah, I know he did, but you reckon he did it on purpose?
Oh well, I don't know. Did he? Is that sort of a way to sort of stir up?
Didn't do a very good job, did it? Didn't really work, did it?
Well, no.
He's not there anymore.
No, he's not. Tony Z's put money coming out after Holes period and just before you start to think about Christmas present. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great time, is it?
Just about to start Christmas present buy. My missus has started getting Christmas presents already.
No, the value is not as high as G.I. Joe. Oh, I think he's having a private conversation there.
I think it's something that Tim said on Boss Bounty the other day as well. A lot of people sometimes they would buy these thinking they're going to resell them on, but the value hasn't sort of kept as high.
Yeah, like Keith said with the Ghost, I think people got burnt with the Ghost.
So I'm just going to. The Rattler's much smaller than the Star Wars Haslabs. So I've got my Rattler here. It's probably about the same length as the Razor Crest, but the wingspan is wider. Oh, where's Delvian gone?
I think he's nipped to the loo. He didn't put his hand up.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm just laughing at Shabby's comment.
Oh, okay. I'll get there in a minute. In the US, they are having to pay $60. Hasbro's. Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, I don't know what that is, and whether it's across the board or whether it's just in the US. Let
me just remove Delvian for the time being. Bless him. Oh no, I've just removed him. That's why he's gone. Donut. That's mental. Mr. B, the Rattler is like 3 foot long. Yeah, it's a big old vehicle. Here he is. Hello.
I just had to go away for a second. Just have to get rid of
you out.
That's okay. That's all right. Sorry, I've already said to you, Brian. Have another. Hey, anyway, it's all free. Oh, okay.
Something worth pointing out to you as well on eBay now. If you in the old days you put up a Haslab and say it's a pre-order for 6 months' time, now you only get paid when it gets delivered. So you would have to convince the buyer to say they've got it to get paid. So that's why if you go on eBay right now, you'll see no cantinas, no pre-sales of cantinas. So what's that going to do with the after-sales market? I don't know. It'll be a little bit different working this time, but that's a change we've had in eBay.
Well,
you've got to have it in hand before you can offer it.
Well, you can't get paid until the buyer said they've got it.
Yeah.
Or you got proof of delivery. So that's a whole different world.
Des, it would be better to buy some more Star Wars KFC boxes instead of the new Haslab. There you are. What's this? Unfortunately, the Disney tax is used too often as an excuse. Obviously, Hasbro is never going to admit to the consumer what that is because they don't want to reveal their profit. Well, of course, they don't want to reveal their profit. I mean, do you feel they need to? Is that something that they should be doing, or I don't know?
If I owned my own business, I don't think I'd want to share my profits. So,
Mr. B, no, you got plenty of girth on the Razor Crest, but I don't know. I look. I'm just gonna pan this down, right? That Rattler, as you can see there, that isn't a small vehicle. That isn't a small vehicle. That's pretty big. And the Razor Crest, I don't know. I mean, it is big. It's big. I'll just leave it at that. So there you go. Right, let me just. What's he put now? I don't have any to compare. Oh, okay. No, fair enough. Hasbro is the only company that is hit with the Disney tax. The import companies like SH Figuarts and Mafex charge the same price for Star Wars figures as other. I wonder why. Why is it only Hasbro then that are hit with that tax?
Because we collect it.
Yeah,
it's going to affect us, isn't it?
Fair enough. The Razor Crest was so detailed compared to the Gunship. Yeah, it was, but it was still missing a lot of paint apps and weathering when you take those panels off, those side panels.
But then the original Gunships are toys. You know, I hate to admit it, but they are toys. So, you know,
well, they were designed to be played with. This one
exactly,
here,
yeah.
I mean, what kid's gonna, or what parent's gonna buy that for their kid and say, right, go and play around with it? No chance. Bikers, but I also don't like the fact that you have to stamp up all that cash and Hasbro hold on to it for a year before you even get it. Yeah, I get that. But then that's the same with any crowdfunder, isn't it? Really. Let's have a look at this. Where are we? There you go, Des.
Yeah. So it's.
I mean, it's a pretty cool looking ship, in it, the original one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it is. But they are big. But you know, if the other one's coming up to about there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how much longer would it be?
The thing I'd say is you don't get out and go, oh, that's really, really small compared with what it should be.
No,
there's other ships you do, but not really that. It's not. You don't really go, oh, this should be 20% bigger.
Yeah.
If this does back, I think it's going to be some.
Frosted my cupcakes. Yeah. Well, I mean, what other figures would you have done with them? What other figures would you have gone with if it weren't the 3 Jedis for the stretch goals or the tiers?
I think you were saying earlier, I don't know who said it, but the Yoda figure. I know that's another Jedi figure, but
yeah,
he is on the. You do see him on the gunship, don't you?
I would have had a couple clones. Yellow, probably yellow one and the green one, where they captains and commanders, sergeants, and all that. I would have had a few different coloured clones, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe the gunners that actually go into the bubble turrets. I don't know if they've got a special sort of garb.
Yeah, I don't know if they're unique. Yeah, I don't know if they're unique, but yeah.
Bradley Harvey's seen that there is a £35 Haslab surcharge on top too. Yeah, I don't get this surcharge. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. GeForce, these Jedi figures will come out anyway. It's only unique card back for the act. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
because they didn't say anything. I'm sure when they've done the Cantina, they said the Tonica sisters will not come out any other way. So if you want them, you got to back it.
I don't think Sai's going to be backing it. Do you?
I don't know. He's probably on the fence.
He's on the fence. I think he's on the fence.
Yeah,
Could go either way.
Yeah, I think he's only going to buy 2. I think what he said. So you only buying 2, mate? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I can just see him throwing stuff at the telly now.
The Cantina patrons are going to be awesome. Heard a lot more excitement about that than the Haslab. Yeah, I do you think people now are really going to start with this, and especially the price of it and stuff like that? Do you think people are going to start checking out with Haslabs and thinking we're not going to bother?
I think this is a litmus test, Stu. I think this is a moment that we'll see. I think this one is a little bit borderline whether they'll pass it or not on the backers, and I think this will be a real good litmus test. So we'll.
Yeah. What about you, Delvian? You agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I do think it'll probably back, but I don't think it will reach all the tiers. Maybe I think it will struggle, but I think it's quite lackluster. And I think Keith's right. This is either going to be a really big wake up call, sort of like to Hasbro, sort of like, or I just don't know why they just didn't take a break. I know sort of why they want to make money, but I think this could end up being quite embarrassing for them. And it's like I was saying earlier, they've built this whole TVC campaign around Battle of Geonosis. If this doesn't back, it kind of throws a lot of that out a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
What about you, Des?
I think it'd be interesting to see, and I can't see him announcing anything in the sort of 4 or 5 weeks we've got. What else they're going to bring out with it to bring us this return to the Geonosian arena. So it'd be interesting to see what else they bring out with that. But I'd say I don't think they'll announce it, so it'll either back or it won't back, and then we'll find out more stuff.
Do you think if it gets near the time for the cutoff date and it's not quite there, do you think they'll extend that and give it another few days to see if we get it over the line, or do you think they'll just leave it?
Because
you don't think they will?
I think they talked about this with the. I know it backed with the area, the Cantina, but it didn't get to the last tier. But it had backed, and there was, if they'd kept it for another day or two, would they have that have backed?
The Cantina didn't get that long, did it, to back though? That's the thing.
No,
that
it had a shorter
time to back. Why did they? I don't understand why they did that.
I can't remember. It was either something to do with holidays, but it didn't have the same amount of time as some of the other Haslabs. Because they said
days, wasn't it?
if it had a few more days, that last tier probably would have been reached.
Yeah. So. Emily said we're getting more Cantina patrons for sure. It's all the small print on the website, GeForce, like they did with the Jedi Luke that was going to come with a Rancor. Hey, or hi, BOE legend. How are you, sir? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. What else? Everybody sounded like the BOE. There was so much negative talk online from the Prequel trilogy fans for the last year. Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. It's sort of like this part of me that kind of, I don't want there sort of like to be, there's enough division between TVC and Black Series fans, sort of like, and I know my comment didn't help earlier, sorry, Shabby. But there is also seems to be division between TVC collectors, between prequel and original trilogy.
Well, you were mentioning this a little bit earlier, weren't you?
Yeah.
Before we went live.
There does seem to be sort of like a little bit, and actually, I mean, I don't begrudge sort of like, I mean, I'm glad that they've got their prequel trilogy, but this is an opportunity for them. I mean, because sometimes there has been criticism that it focuses too much on original trilogy, and I kind of think, well, actually, this is your opportunity. If you want to support this, go off and support it. But
Star Wars fans, we're never happy. There's always
no. That's absolutely true. But you're saying about there was not much love for the Black Series, but the Black Series always seems to get their whole team of figures. You get the whole of the Bad Batch in one hit. You get all of the Andor figures and the Rogue One figures in one hit. You don't get that with TVC. You just get them sporadically here, there, and everywhere, don't you? I mean, look how many figures we got for Bad Batch. We got 2. Well,
Skeleton
2 of the main
crew.
crew anyway.
Skeleton
Yeah.
crew. We've only got 1. But the Black Series got yeah. But yeah, if you like it or not. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
finish the gang.
Yeah, no,
You know.
absolutely.
It does kind of annoy me though, sort of like sometimes with the Haslabs, because with TVC collectors have sort of like have backed the last 4, but it's like you were saying earlier, the Black Series does seem to get sort of like a lot of all the complete lines and stuff, and we get scraps.
They're the prodigal son. That's what they are.
Yeah,
I've just got your message, Keith. No worries, mate. Not a problem, man. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, lads. I've got to go in about 5-10 minutes. That's all right.
That's okay, mate. No worries. BOE's put the Republic Lager transporter, bringing much needed booze to the frontline clone troopers. There you are.
He's been out booze again.
It's a bit smaller than the Ghost. I'm assuming that's the gunship.
The gunship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hi, Shabby. How is your gem doll collecting going? What's this? It's just as wide as the Ghost, but 4 inches shorter than the Ghost. Bloody Nora.
But then the Ghost is more like a square, almost like a diamond, whereas the gunship will be.
I mean,
Just a wing.
Just staying on the Ghost, they advertise that as the most expensive Haslab ever, to date. Again, do you think that was value for money for that? Because as much as I like it, I'm kind of disappointed with it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the wings are a bit of a waste of space. I mean, it looks great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there's nothing inside it. But then,
I
if they'd have put something inside it, would it have got dearer?
How you doing there, sir? Nice you to join us. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
I was disappointed with the Ghost sort of when it arrived.
Yeah. They'll never do Ula, but for goodness sake, Tony. Shocking. George, that Scout should be world building. They should never have a Haslab, a previous released vehicle. No. We were discussing that earlier, weren't we? So
down the line, maybe when they've sort of not run out of ideas, but when they've run out of sort of things to do, then you could go back and redo things.
Jason can see a lovely sail barge. I can see 2.
That's fine, Andy.
What we've got here, they should have included another for the bubble gun as well. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what a lot of people have been saying, haven't they? Why didn't they do 3, 2 loose pilots and 1 carded? But
yeah,
there you go. The tiers are rubbish. A squad of clone troopers to go with would be better.
But then, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get. I mean, we've got the 4-pack of battle droids coming out. Will we get another 4-pack of battle droids in like the ready orange color? Will we get 4 packs of the clones coming out next year? You know the army builder packs.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, George has put the first character was killed before the clones even turned up.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Considering the Phase 1 clones are not on shelf right now, that's an issue as well. Yeah. Trevor Mint, minty but stronger. Stick them up your bum and they'll last a bit longer. Oh my God.
Thanks for that, Tony.
Shoot your own home, Tony. Is up to you.
How he found now, I don't know.
Could have been designed more like an effect piece. Well, yeah, could have been. What's he going to be singing now? Tribal Mitsu, a minty bit stronger. Oh, right. He's so good. He's so good.
I can see Georgie just rolling her eyes as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. They should have made the LTT with the LTT. It would have not been proper scale, but it would have been large and would have been look great. Yeah. No, absolutely, Dr. Jones. Yeah, agree with that. So I'm guessing there's not really too much kind of love for this Haslab coming from you guys in the chat. I mean, this was, we wanted to discuss the Haslab and didn't want it to be like a moan fest or just bitching about Hasbro and the Haslab project. But I get the feeling that people aren't really too impressed with it and they're probably going to pass. I mean, Dez, are you going to buy this or are you going to
Genuinely, I'm sort of sitting on the fence. I think it's great. I think the product's great. It's just the price is just for me. It's just a little bit too high.
Yeah.
So when you've got the other ones previously, it's sort of if you've not got something in the collection, then it's a lot. Andy was saying you'd sort of get it to fill that void, but
yeah,
that's a lot of money. I know it's a little bit cheaper than the Ghost and the Cantina, but we've not got those before, so that's where you sort of go down that route. But
yeah. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, I'll probably leave it last minute, but I'll probably buy one. But you've asked earlier on, will I sell one? I could probably sell that and get a Haslab. Almost. So
yeah.
But
would you want to sell that though? Would you want to sell the stuff that you've got there? Because I know that you're not opposed to doing that kind of thing, moving stuff on.
But if I sold that now, these are probably drop in price when it comes out. Like we do see with a TVC resale. So if I sold one of those now, pay for it now, and it sort of works out right. They might be half the price in a year's time when the Haslab comes out. Because who wants an inferior size? But I tell you what though, who's going to be the first person to take the Haslab and put shark's teeth on it, paint it blue, and look absolutely friggin' awesome?
Oh, well, that's probably why people are going to buy one or two, or like more than one. But I mean, you could sell that now and get money for it to fund the Haslab, and the Haslab might not back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I would. I'll probably back one or two and then see what happens, and then go from there. Really, probably.
Yeah. Okay. And well, I kind of guess what your answer is going to be, Delvian.
No, I'm not going to back it. So, and I was a bit undecided at first, but no, I'm not. And for two reasons. One, I'm not interested sort of like in this particular vehicle, and that's just my personal preference. And the second thing I think is the price. I think I don't feel as though on principle I should be rewarding Hasbro for sort of like for price gouging us. Sort of like all this one, to be honest.
That's fair.
So I mean, and that's just my personal point of view, and that's not a criticism of anyone else who wants to back it. You do you. So, but in my mind, I just kind of think I think they're taking a mick a little bit on this one.
Yeah.
So,
can I just say? Sorry, can I just say to Keith, you're on about how much is the Clone Wars one? The Clone Wars gunship? Do you reckon?
That one there.
Yeah.
Probably just under 300, probably.
So I'm going back into the 2006 book.
Oh God, are people going to be able to see that? Des?
Where are we?
Yeah, 60 euros. Yeah,
I think that's a bit out of date though.
Yeah. It might be a little bit. It might be more like 250, but still, it's a massive, 400% in it. So.
Yeah.
Not buying one, George. That's okay. No. Just hang on. What's this? He's put the Ghost has put me off. No electronics, and a lot of wasted space. Yeah. So then Shabby's not buying one then, George. No, Shabby. The old one is more than enough. You could buy 4 on the secondary market for the price of one of these. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with the older versions. I quite like them. I don't mind it at all.
Exactly. That's what I said, Stu. You don't get these out, and Des has got his out. You don't get that out and go, "Oh, this is crap. It's too small." And you go, "This is cool shit. This is really good."
They are.
I think I'm perfectly happy with mine because I know I put in one of the groups today that I'm out. I'm not going to buy it. The price is too much and stuff like that. But then afterwards, I was in the shower and I thought, well, if I did want to buy one, what could I do to help? And I said, well, I'd have to sell the one that I've got already, plus move on something else as well to help fund it. And then I said that to Georgie, and she says, "So you want one then?" And I was like, "Well, no, I'm just thinking hypothetically. That's how I could do it if I did change my mind."
Sorry, so you thought all that in the shower? Was Georgie in the shower with you?
No. Honestly, if I wouldn't have been thinking about that.
I was in the shower, and Georgie said this.
No, she was in the shower as well. But
okay.
But that's what I'd have to do. I'd have to sell something and move something on. And I don't know whether I want to move or sell my gunship because I quite like it.
Which gunship you got, Stu? Which one is it?
It's the one from the Clone Wars, obviously, not the Clone Wars.
But the point I'm making, Stu, does it because you've got a good sort of Imperial, well, not Imperial, you've got a good Republic sort of army going on,
it's the original colour one. So it's the one. It's exactly the same colour as the one that they're releasing now.
Yeah. So you've got a good sort of army. They all match together, don't they?
Yeah.
So if you sell
I can't remember what
of...
line that come in. What line was that came in, Keith? You know the one I mean?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
Carry on.
That's okay. 350, 380. I would convince my wife to fritter the money away. Yeah, I think a lot of people would do the same tones, to be honest with you. Shabby, where did you get that spinning rack for your Hot Wheel toys? I'm really interested in getting one. You could move the pegs around for different sizes of action figures, right? That's pretty cool. Facebook seller, beginning of the year, had a blue box Saga gunship for 150.
That was the first one, so I bet that's the one that you've got.
The first one, yeah. And I think Keith's digging his out from somewhere. George has put, here's a thought. Didn't back the Haslab Hiss a year after. A year later, I picked one up for 300 for all tiers and 15 posts. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's the first site. Yeah, that's the first one they did.
Yeah, that's the one I got. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they've reproduced that now. So, but again, that's quite expensive toy if you want to get it out.
Yeah. How much is it for a TVC one? Because I know TVC have done one as well, haven't they?
Oh, frig me! That is a. I've not got that. That is 600 probably quid.
Bloody hell! I mean, it's mental, isn't it? Do you think the price of that will drop?
It's because it's got the turrets on the side.
Yeah.
150 quid. If you can buy a 2-pack, and they're 150 quid in 2-pack, and they've got a and there's a packaging as well. But yeah, 600 quid probably.
That's mad. That's mad. But do you think the price of that will drop if this Haslab backs?
Yeah, I think.
Wow. Darren, hello, sir. How are you? It's not for me. I didn't collect anything from Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. I also wasn't impressed with the Ghost, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think many people were, to be honest with you. I don't mind the figures, and it's a good piece. But the thing is, so where the Ghost is at the moment, I've had 2 other big items on there. I've had the Builder Falcon and the Lego Falcon, the big Ultimate Collection Series Falcon, and they've been both moved on. So who knows? The Ghost could also go. We never know. The table of doom.
Des has just shared a great picture with me of all of them. You've shown that, Des.
Yeah, well, I've put it in the group chat earlier, but that's I'll pinch that off Lando Griffin on.
Where's he gone? Yeah.
That just showed this 7. Yeah,
That's mental, isn't it?
And the top 4 are about probably 250. The bottom, the Clone Wars ones down the bottom, the blue and the red ones are probably 300 plus, and the bottom one's probably 600 quid.
Mental. Do you guys feel a bit sympathetic with the people at Hasbro? People like Chris and Stevie Evans.
No, they got the best job in the world.
I bet you don't feel like it sometimes with people like
do you know what? Yeah, bless them. I just think they're trying. I think they're doing a great job. I think they're trying their hardest. Well, where would we be if we? I know we all criticise the Haslabs and we don't think it's the right money. And we
cheers, Dr. Jones. Sorry, mate. Great video, guys. Got to run. I'll finish watching. Cheers, pal. Thanks a lot. Nice of you to join us. Thank you so much, man.
But if they didn't have it, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. We wouldn't be going, oh, should we buy it? Should we not buy it? We wouldn't have a chance to buy it. No one be doing any Star Wars stuff. I think they're doing a good job, and I think their hearts are in the right places, and I think they're going to carry on, and I applaud that. But somebody's saying there's got to be a little bit more money, and I just don't like that bit. But I think what they're doing themselves in terms of designing stuff is great.
Yeah. I just think it's I just all it boils down to, and it's not Steve Evans's fault, it's not Chris's fault, it's none of the guys that are fronting these, streams that they're doing and these reveals and stuff like that. I think it's down to the company itself. I think it's just pure greed when they're doing Haslab after Haslab after Haslab. Because, like I say, you've got the G.I. Joe ones, you've got Transformers, you've got the Ghostbusters, you got Star Wars, you got Marvel. I think people are going to start checking out. I really do think people are going to start checking out. And like you say, guys, this is going to be the big test. If this doesn't pass or this doesn't get backed, how much do you think that will affect TVC going forward? Do you think it'll have a big effect?
Hopefully not, because you think, we've got the big 50th anniversary coming around the corner. The last thing we want is something just to sort of trip us up, just as we got on the home stretch for the big 50th anniversary.
That almost feels like it's sort of like blackmail a little bit. It's sort of like, if you don't back this, we're going to almost cancel your line. It's sort of like the future of this line depends on backing that. And I just find that emotionally manipulative, to be quite honest. I'm not getting. We said we wouldn't turn into a rant or anything, but I feel like a cash cow at the moment, and just getting milks constantly, and I just my udders are sore.
You get it off your chest, Andy. Get it off your chest, mate. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Literally.
But you say, it feels like we're getting blackmailed, and if you don't back it, it could affect the line. The 2 failed Black Series Haslabs didn't really affect the line that much, did it? Or do you think that's because Black Series is their kind of like premium sort of like go-to line?
It's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Although Mr. Stevie did say that TVC's it's in a great position. It's in good health to sort of go forward, and they're doing all these return to Tatooine, now return to Geonosis. So it's in a good state. Hopefully, if it doesn't back, I think it will. But if it doesn't back, I don't think it'll affect it going forward.
If it does back, how many tiers do you reckon it'll get to? Do you reckon it'll just get over the line at 80,000, or do you reckon it'll at least get 1 tier?
I think it'll back, and I think the 3 tiers will go.
I think it'll do the first 2 tiers, on with the third.
Yeah.
I reckon near the first or second tier. I'm not sure about the third.
It's just the fact that they've brought that, instead of having 3,000 in between each one, they've gone for 2,000. I think that just might help creep it up.
I would, like I said, I would have had the Minty Man in the third one and not had him in the first, because I think he's really sought after.
Yeah. Quick question from Tony Z: What does panel think of Chubby Han reveal?
I think he's gone under the radar a bit, him and Chewie and the Shock Trooper.
Yeah, I like the Shock Trooper. I think that's
Lovely.
pretty cool.
Brilliant. But you're right, Des is right. They've dropped a bit of a foobar there. Why don't you just wait another couple of weeks and just did that as a separate reveal? Because everyone's gone Haslab. What about Chewie, Han, and the Shock Trooper?
No, that's not quite true. That's not quite true. I didn't forget about Chewie, Han, or the Shock Troopers. I pre-ordered mine on this stream. There you are.
Okay.
Didn't they drop at 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Bloody hell, not about timing. Huh?
Is that what
You
you're
weren't
doing?
lying.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. No, shit.
Stu,
George. No, I wasn't.
professionalism.
It was part of a previous wave anyway. So
Imagine if we all gone and ordered at the same time. We all been going like that, and no one was talking anything for 10 minutes in the stream.
Yeah.
Some
That's
tumbleweed
true,
going.
Shabby.
If they're charging $450 for TVC, Black Series would be stupid money. Yeah. What's this? The Cantina didn't fully back. No, it didn't. It missed the last tier. What's this? I got the Clone Wars one with the shark teeth from Argos when they had them on sale. Wow. Tenner. Bloody hell.
300, nearly 400 quid. That one now.
Yeah, that is a bargain. Absolutely.
Hindsight, wonderful thing.
And given it 45 days, unlike Cantina was 8,000, 11,000, 14, 17. Okay, it didn't quite make the 17, did it? Return to Geonosis must give us an army builder box of Geonosians. Oh, really? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
No, you think so?
Yeah, 100%.
When was the last time we had a Geonosian?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'll be buying that.
In the Blue Dark Skies clone line is the Undead Geonosian.
Yeah.
I think it's the last one we had. Probably.
Yeah. So how long ago was that?
let's just
Long
put
time.
size, take away the Star Wars element that pulls you in, and you're really saying that you consider this value for money. No,
No, we're not saying that.
We're not saying that at all, Si. I think we've already come to the conclusion that when it comes to Star Wars Haslabs, they're not value for money, not compared to what you get with the G.I. Joe Haslab. I can't talk about Marvel or anybody else because I don't collect those. So, but no. Gentlemen, we are coming up to nearly 2 hours, and I know a couple of you have got to shoot off. So what I'm going to do, I'm missing out a big chunk of chat here, guys. So I do apologize. So what I'm going to do is, hello.
Sorry, chat. I need to loo.
Both these lines exist on most Walmarts and Targets. TBC does not. Okay. It makes very little profit, and it needs the Haslabs. Wow. Okay. I know Tim's he's quite up for having a Haslab every year, but for me personally, I just think it's nice to have a break, especially with all the other Haslabs that they're doing as well. Gentlemen, chats. I think we're going to call it a day. Bloody hell, Tones. Thank you very much, mate. Very much appreciated. Thank you, pal. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
That's a pound each, guys. That's a pound, Dez, Andy. Pound each. Thanks for that. Thanks, mate.
Final thoughts before we go. Final thoughts, Dez.
Yeah, I don't want to say underwhelmed, and I don't. It's not disappointed, but because it's not what you thought it was going to be, or it's not sort of. The price is just what is what's putting me off.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, it was all right.
Overpriced, but it's you do you, I'll do me. So it's not my thing, man. So.
Fair dues. And Keith?
Yeah, I'm committed. I'll get one or two, but I think you're right. It's overpriced, but I'll just do it because I got to. So yeah.
It's like Keith said. It's FOMO, isn't it? That's what we're picking. Once because we've got another 40 odd days to sort of stew about it and think about it. It'll
Oh, he's done it
I don't know.
Pack it in. Thank you very much, mate. Really do appreciate it. Thank you.
I feel quite determined on this one, actually. Yeah. I've kind of made my decision on this one and got no room for it anyway. So I'll stick it in the toilet.
What's this? I'm going to get one. Well, we know you're at a wedding. Aren't you at a wedding or something like that? You're at a wedding reception, aren't you? Or whatever. But thank you for joining us. Hope you're having a lovely day. The toy back it for the boys. Look at that. They're all coming in now. They're all saying back it. I'm non-committal. I personally, I don't think I will be getting it. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I will be getting it. But then I've said lots of things and changed my mind.
Stu, what would make you get it, Stu? If they backed all the figures, or what's your point where you tip over the edge?
I don't think there is an edge to tip, to be honest with you, because I'm not that overly impressed with that figures. I've already got one. Happy with that. And we know damn well that at some point in the future, they're probably going to release these figures on different cards anyway. So I might as well just wait for those.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do like the stand. I think the stand's okay, but there you are. Right, let me just quickly catch up with the chat, and then we're going to call it a night. So, hiding, watching. Oh, okay. Sorry, mate. Sorry. My pleasure, Stu. Fantastic discussion and insights from the panel. No, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. George, you said about the ghost. You said about the ghost. I did, didn't I? I could neither confirm nor deny. Yeah, absolutely. Gentlemen, I just want to say a huge thank you to Dez T, to Mando, and to Andy. Loved the conversation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the chat. For you in the chat, what's Georgie put? Choose your fate. This Haslab or Star Wars.
That's harsh. That's harsh, Georgie.
The sword of Damocles comes down.
Oh, she's such a tough woman. Oh, bloody hell. Right. I just want to say a huge thank you to the guys in the chat. Remember, these are just our own thoughts and opinions, and it doesn't make us right or wrong, but we know one thing: it's overpriced. Thank you very much. Take care, stay safe, and see you in the next one. I don't know when the next live stream is because I'm supposed to be in a break, but anyhow, take it easy and bye for now.